Look, up in the sky. It's a bird.
It's a plane!
I gotta say, since you've joined the band, what do you think you've added as a musician to them and changed the way they sound?
Well, it's funny because obviously when I joined the band, I was playing with and touring with Ozzy Osbourne, which was a learning experience, an exciting dream for me come true. But then I also worked with Jerry Cantrell on an album, which was like another dream come true. And then joining Suicidal Tendencies when I did, and recording and writing with Mike Muir, and that leading into Infectious Grooves was another dream come true. All of a sudden, it's like, hello, Metallica, and it's another dream come true. So there's a series of adventures for me that have been so rewarding. But one thing I learned about Metallica is when you join this band, you definitely have to let Lars and James do their thing, good or bad, whatever it is. You have to let that happen, and so you have to be patient with that. And I myself, I feel like over the years, I've kind of been able to grow into the creative unit, and there's mutual respect, and some of that would come from the fact that I came from where I did. I've been around a long time. I mean, back in 1993, Suicidal Tendencies toured with Metallica. We opened for Metallica for like a year, and so we had some history in the back in the day, and now it's like there's a mutual respect, and James and I, we really enjoy jamming together too, because James plays drums as well. So like I'll have an idea, and James will get on the kit and start jamming something out, and there's just that camaraderie. I feel that me as a player, what I bring, well, obviously whatever's going on stage is what I bring. I mean, that's just me. That's what I've always been. So I was able to always be myself. I didn't have to conform and change that part of me, which is great. They didn't want that. They wanted me to be me. At one point, I was kind of playing with a pick in the very beginning, and I remember James said, you're playing with a pick, and that's cool, but I really like this. I really like the fingers, and it makes us play better, and it sounds, it works, So, from the very beginning, it's always been be yourself, be who you are, and don't change a thing. And it's also difficult when you come into a situation where you had a bass player that was there for 15 years, and then obviously Cliff, who was amazing, and then to come into that is a lot of pressure. You have a fan base that really loves and respects everything about the history of Metallica. Even Dave Mustaine, I mean, they're just the people are like, Dave. They worship Dave, which is great. I love Dave too. But there's a lot of lineage, so there's that pressure. And I feel fortunate that the fans have embraced me all these years, and it hasn't been easy because there's that pressure. But it really feels great. Since I joined the band, one of the things that I think I brought was, we were talking about it earlier, is getting these guys to try songs that they didn't play before, like Dyer's Eve and Orion, and then that led to the 20-year anniversary tour that we did of Master of Puppets, which now led to Kill 'Em All in its entirety and Ride the Lightning in its entirety and all that stuff. It seemed like, not to say Metallica was lazy at one time, but there was always the same set of music all the time, and then the old songs were always edited. They were like kind of edited, or they were put in a medley form. So I was really glad that when I came into the band, we were doing complete renditions of the songs and in attacking the old material, and to the point we're playing like Call of Cthulhu and all these songs. I'm happy to say on Death Magnetic we played every song live, where that did not happen on Saint Anger and all the other albums. There was always songs that didn't get played, but every song live with Death Magnetic. So,
I love that record.
So that'll be the launch pad for the next round. Hopefully.
We're talking about the story and the 3D elements. Technically, how did you approach it? You've come from very large budget films before, but technically, what was the biggest challenge for you?
It's funny. The biggest challenge for me technically actually isn't a technical thing. The biggest challenge for me was an emotional thing, and that was being given an opportunity to work with the biggest band, a band that, you know, I've listened to since I was a kid, and to have that chance and to have them believe in me, and to see how they've invited me into their collaborative world. It's like, I don't want to disappoint these dudes, you know?
Yeah.
And that's the scariest thing, is when you have those opportunities and you realize, I can't fuck this up.
Well, it seems like because they've tried so many different things, they've become very experimental with S&M, with Lou Reed. This is extremely, I think, beyond even anything they've done before. You have to have been a little terrified to kind of take it on with them.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but I think anything beautiful I've ever gotten in my life has come from putting myself out of my comfort zone, and this was certainly doing that. I'd never shot a concert film. I had done music videos, but I hadn't done a concert film, and I had never shot anything on 3D, and I had never worked with Metallica, so it was definitely a scary thing. But it's one of those, you know, if you don't do it, you're gonna kick yourself for the rest of your life. I think you got to kind of just buckle up and just you know, believe that they believed in you enough to pick you. So now you got to believe enough in yourself to make it happen.
The best moment for you, looking back on the entire experience?
Right now, you know.
Nice.
This is pretty incredible.
Dude, I'm so excited to see it.
Thanks.
I'm so stoked.
I hope you guys dig it. I hope you guys dig it. You know?